Well, this game's gonna be a complete fucking shit show.
The Denver Broncos.
And we fucking suck!
Look, guys, I'm gonna be honest. The Broncos should fucking lose this game. There really is no reason that they should be beating this Rams team, which is just spectacular. In fact, if the Broncos win, I'm letting you right now, it's a fluke. If Case Keenum throws for 8 touchdowns, fluke. Don't trust it.
Lies!
The reality is here that we should lose this game, and if the Broncos lose, they'll be 2-4. Then they'll go into Thursday Night Football against the Cardinals, where they will likely pick up the win because the Cardinals are probably the worst team in the NFL right now, with the exception of the 49ers. So then they'll improve to 3-4. And then they'll go into Kansas City and play the Chiefs. And guess what? I'm predicting we fucking lose that game. And then guess what? We're 3-5 going into the bye week. All right? Think about that. Halfway through the season, we are 3-5. Do you understand that that means that in order for us to have like a decent chance of making the playoffs, we would have to win basically all 8 games in a row for the rest of the season?
But I don't think that's going to be you.
You don't.
See, I see big passion in your future.
Really? You do?
I do.
Oh,
Broncos.
you're so great.
And do you realize that even if we did that, we'd only be 11-5? Does 11-5 sound spectacular to you? It sounds like that's a passable team. They might make the divisional round. They might win the divisional round against a team like the Jaguars, but is that a Super Bowl contender? No, it's not. And if we're not a Super Bowl contender, what's the point? Look, guys, I am not in this to be some 9-7 garbage-ass third-wheel team that doesn't do shit. When you're 9-7, you're not really making the playoffs, and you're also not getting a good draft pick. If we're 9-7, miss the playoffs, and pick 14th overall, what's the fucking point? What is it? Explain that to me. I don't get it.
I get it. I don't get it.
Am I rooting for the Broncos to lose? No. But am I devastated? No. And you know why I'm not devastated? Because our season ended last week when we lost to the Jets. Guys, we lost to the New York Jets. We're on a 3-game losing streak. This shit is going to get so much worse, all right? If we want to turn this ship around, guys, we need to draft high, okay? We need to be thinking about a high draft pick. And we need a new coach. Okay? So I'm not in this to be 9-7. So if they lose to the Rams, I'm not going to be devastated. Look, guys. Case Keenum should not be starting this fucking game. Alright? It's that simple. I think we should be throwing in Chad Kelly. And I'll tell you why. Because I want to know right now if Chad Kelly has what it takes to play in the NFL. I don't want another one of these Simeon Lynch controversies going into a season where we wonder if a 7th round pick is actually better than our 1st round pick, okay? I don't want it. Just tell me now if he's worth anything. He probably isn't because he's a 7th round pick. Chances are he's not going to amount to much, all right? That's not me being mean. That's me just saying, statistically speaking, throughout the history of the NFL, how many times has a 7th round pick ever turned out to do anything? I know that a lot of people say that they don't want to throw Chad Kelly out there because it's suicide. If you throw Chad Kelly out there against the Rams, you're going to ruin him. And my problem is, so what? He's a 7th round pick. We drafted him to be a backup quarterback. He's worked his way up to being a starter. I'd say that's pretty good. Let's find out if he is a starter. He's just probably not a starter. And that's fine. Most quarterbacks that have ever come into this league are not starters. But I want to find out now. I don't want to find out next season right before the season gets started. Look, we already know Case Keenum is bad. He's not the future. He does not elevate the Broncos beyond their play. So why bother starting him against the Rams? Does he give us the best chance to win? Yes, but that doesn't matter. The season's over. We lost to the Jets. The season is done, and so is Keenum. It's time to find out what future assets are on this team, because let me tell you something. When September of 2019 rolls around, there's a lot of guys who are currently on the team who won't be on this team at that time. And I think one of them is going to be Case Keenum. I don't really see what the point is of holding him onto the team. It seems like we can just kind of cut him after this year. And if that's the case, we need to, because he's not the future and he's a waste of cap space, okay? So we need to get rid of this guy. And in the process of doing that, we need to figure out if there's any value to Chad Kelly. I'm predicting there isn't, but there might be. So let's find out. Whatever your thoughts on Vance Joseph might be, there's no doubt we need a change in our culture around here. And the players have lost faith in him, okay? When the players lose faith in the head coach, do you think they're going to want to work for him? No. No, they're not. They're not going to believe in anything he says. They're not going to trust anything he says. They're fucking done. They're done, and we're done. Maybe it's not all Vance Joseph's fault, but that doesn't change the fact that he's got to go. Now, for as much as I've torn into this team, you know, I couldn't forget about the Rams here, right? Look, the Rams are a fantastic team, and they should be tearing us 10 ways to Sunday, all right? The Rams are about as good as it gets in the NFL. No denying that. However, their fans are not as good as it gets in the NFL. In fact, I think I see some Rams fans right now.
Whether you're buying apple juice or peanut butter, you've probably noticed that fewer products come in glass containers these days. Plastic packaging is becoming more common. Plastic bottles and jars are lighter to carry and leave no shards of glass to clean up if you drop your grocery bag.
Yeah, Rams fans are about as real as unicorns. You know what's pathetic, though? How Rams fans can't even sell out their own stadium in Los Angeles. Did you know the Rams fans are just averaging 69,000 fans per game in Los Angeles? While we here in Denver, we average 76,000 fans per game in Denver. Rams fans, I mean, seriously? Seriously? If I was a Rams fan, I'd be embarrassed by that number. How can you not outsell the Denver Broncos and several other teams around the league? You have a stadium that holds like 100,000 people and you're in Los Angeles? What? Listen, the reason why you have more fans per game than the Patriots and even the Titans is because those stadiums only hold like 65,000 people. You hold 100,000 and you have 31,000 seats empty. Do you realize you have more empty seats at your home games than there are people at Chargers games?
You're pathetic!
Like, do you understand that? That is pathetic, all right? If I was a Rams fan, I'd be embarrassed because here's the thing. The Rams are the best team in the NFL. They are the very best in the NFL, and they can't even outsell the Broncos. They can't even get 80,000 at a game in Los Angeles while being the best team in the NFL, the biggest sport in America. Dude, like, how much worse is this going to get when the Rams are like an 8-8 team again? The Rams might be a better team than the Broncos, but the Rams fan base is nothing compared to Broncos country.